People ask me what's your favourite spot in Australia. Coffs Harbour. I love it. It's just an absolutely incredible place.
Now I'll never be a killer. Please don't give me a hard time. I don't wanna wait for
Gotta love rock sliders and bash plates. There's some decent sized rocks there to contend with. I've been out this area a few times before, but there is a sort of hidden secretish waterfall out here that you have to walk up to the river to get to. It's way up in the mountain. Now I've come out this track which I knew of. We've come out as far as I can. It just turns into overgrown. We can't really get any further. So we're going to park up here and then go on a mission to find this waterfall. It's probably going to be a few hours. It's probably K1.5, 2 Ks of like creek walking to get to it, but I've always wanted to do it, so today's the day we're out here. We have to do a 1,000-point turn here, face the car back that way, we'll lock it all up and then we'll go. That was one hell of a turnaround spot there, that got me sweating. But I didn't actually say, Demi and I are out for the weekend. It's a Australia Day long weekend and we came out here for a couple nights away. We sort of came out these bush areas because coastal area is just chaotic during these times. We are out doing some four-wheel driving, camping, swimming, exploring. Now the car is just back up there. So parked right near this little creek. The plan is to follow this little creek down into the main one and then follow the main one up to the waterfall. I don't know how hard it's going to be to get down this little one, but we'll find out. It's been about 45 minutes and made a couple hundred metres trying to get down this, around these couple of cliffs here down to the main creek. We found a waterfall. That one's pretty cool. Maybe we'll just call that the one for the day. I don't know how deep it is. Just try and like work my way down and jump at the last minute.
You made it!
Good, Steve. Hey, you gotta jump.
What?
Go. And then jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get to this waterfall. We're going to have a hell of a time trying. It's actually so much fun making our way down this creek, sort of jumping into little rock pools and that. It was just hard because I didn't know how deep it really was. I could see there was a bit of depth, but it's nearly had depth, but I thought it could have been sort of waist-ish depth. There's another pool. How deep do you reckon this one is? There's a rock there, but if I jump past it...
We'll soon find out. Woohoo!
Made it!
Made it.
Your turn!
No.
I definitely reckon we went the most ridiculous way possible to try and get to this waterfall. I thought I had a plan to sort of make our way up into the bush and take this shortcut out there, but this is just like this. The problem is this creek meets the main one which you take to get to the waterfall, but then this one drops a fair way down to get to the main one, which I didn't realise, and we've just got another massive cliff here to get down now. We're going to be getting across. Do you reckon that we're basically Bear Grylls?
100%.
Wow, look how cool that is. We're not even close to the waterfall we're meant to go to. I don't think we'll get there, but we found plenty of others out here. This creek is incredible. We had to smash our way up around the bush on that one because we couldn't get down there. How's this for a place out in the middle of the jungle? That's incredible. What an adventure today is. We made it down onto the main creek. There's the main creek there. So that like 300 or 400 meters took what, 2 or 3 hours? Well, I don't even know if we'll go to the waterfall, but now I've hit the main creek down there. See, we thought that'd take 15 minutes, but I didn't realize there were so many cliffs to get down. We decided that we're just gonna head back down to the creek to where it meets the first sort of campsite and road area, and then we'll walk the road back up to the car. Where we came out was still 1.5 km, 2 km from that big one. Had our fair share of waterfalls, water swimming and sunshine and outdoors and whatever else you want to say out here. There's no need to go see that one. We'll save that for another time. We had so much fun coming down where we did. We just got to walk this creek out of here. The good thing about out here is you can drink all this water well. I personally choose to drink it. It flows straight out of the mountains here. It's just crystal clear mountain water. Didn't have to worry about bringing any water with me. And it's such a good way to keep cool out here on a hot summer's day. We have made it back to the car. It ended up being, it wasn't that long, maybe 3.5, 4 hours, sort of couple of hours down through this little creek and then back along the main one, and then K or 2 walk up the main road back to the car. Don't know where we're going to go yet. We're going to go find a nice spot to have a bit of food because the mozzies are quite bad where we are here in this thick forest. Made it to camp. It's about 5 o'clock. We're both exhausted after that adventure today, so we're keen for an early camp. I'm so tired. We're going to get the fire going here and cook an early dinner. I'm absolutely starving. Creek just there, that was the main one we're walking on today, up there a few k's. Yeah, we've actually scored a good spot here, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm not going to light the fire just yet because it's so hot still, but we may light it. We'll probably light it a little bit later once it cools down. But we are going to cook dinner because I'm starving. I don't cope very well without food. Actually, a couple of people asked on the Fraser Island video, because they saw me using this, about this chopping board and knife. It's pretty cool because you get your knife, keeps in the back, and a fold up chopping board in the bag there too, which I really like. But this is a Snow Peak gear, and I got it off Drifter. That's where it comes from, but I do really like it. Quickly set up this rooftop tent. Might light the fire. It's starting to cool off a little bit now. Then we might even have a swim before it gets dark. That's the rooftop tent done. Get a fire going. Got the fire pit here. And then I got a bag of wood in the canopy here in a bag, because there's not much wood out these sorts of places really. If you go a bit further up, there's some blackbutt trees, some branches under them, but just bought a load of wood from home. This is my second trip away now of the new train canopy, and I absolutely love it. It's so much better for the camping trips and out the bush, and I got it sort of set up and ready to go all the time, especially the rooftop tent up there. You really don't need to pack much at all and you're ready to go away on a trip. I probably do this video before, but we've got a 12-day trip coming out. We did a couple of weeks ago in January, and it's just a little weekend away. But that was our first big trip away in the canopy, that one.
I guess I'm okay with you seeing me like that. I have to act stupid cause you're greedy with your life.
Not a bad spot to wake up to on a Sunday morning. Just cooking up a bit of breakfast now here by the river in this rainforest jungle. It's just so beautiful. That wind has picked up a bit overnight, sort of came in while we were sleeping. After brekkie we'll pack up camp and get organised and we'll go for a bit of explore. I think we might head over the top of this mountain over into the back of Coffs Harbour today. It wasn't too bad, but that sort of had me a little bit worried then. What happened, the back left started to tip when the whole car's already leaning in there. Then the back left started to come up and I was worried if it all slipped it'd be enough to sort of bump it. I highly doubt it, but makes you a bit nervous. Might have to cross over here somewhere, I reckon. That was definitely much better crossing there. It's always weird, like, so there wasn't much wheel lift, but because your car's already tipping so far to one side, it just never feels good. When you're straight, you do a big front wheel lift or something, you're going straight down, do a big rear wheel lift, they're all right. But yeah, it's just when your whole car's already sideways, so it already feels very tippy, and then it starts to lift. Never feels good in those positions. We're on to our next area now. So after we came out of that sort of back of Bellingen area, we cut across towards the highway out kind of through Valerie. But instead of going all the way out to the highway, then back into Boambi and out sort of Wed's Road and Peak Trail all the way back out here, it's actually a bit of a shortcut, which I found out last time but haven't actually driven it before, so that's all we're heading up now. So basically shoots us straight up the mountain, which is Western Trail. I've never done it before, it's getting quite steep already. This would be deadly in the wet. A few ruts in that here, but nothing extreme so far. But we'll head up into the mountain and see what happens. When I was first deciding to do this track and I knew we were coming up this way, I thought this track is sort of a relatively straightforward fire trail, which now that I think about it, I don't know why. It's Coffs Harbour, and I should have known better at Coffs Harbour that majority of tracks just start to turn hectic. It's not like it's not extreme, but it's starting to get to some decent sized rock steps now and ruts, and you know, it's rear locker in and picking your lines and working your way up here. Yeah, it's definitely not a basic fire trail, which for some reason I thought it was going to be. It's turned into a bit of a drive to get up here. It just keeps on going and going. What a fun track this is. It's just one of those perfect tracks that's a nice, good challenge without being car braking, winching, all that stuff you try and avoid. Made it up the top of that Western Trail and now on these beautiful creeks out the back of Coffs here. Found our ourselves a quiet spot. There is a few people around today, being a nice summer Sunday and sort of the Australia Day long weekend. It's Australia Day on Tuesday, so I'd say quite a few people are taking tomorrow off work. Going to set the chair and tables up here and have ourselves a bit of lunch. I'm starving. Had our lunch, just going to move spots down there. A few hundred metres, is a beautiful swimming hole down there. It's only very shallow here. You can just lay in these creeks for hours in summertime. They're just so nice and warm, so clear. Beautiful out here in the rainforest. What I've really liked is the fact that the cicadas are not bad at all, because I've been out this place in summer before and you just about have to wear earplugs. They're just like deafening roar all day. It's just insane. So I nearly thought, oh, we better off not going there because of that reason. I thought, oh, hopefully they're not too bad, and hardly hearing about it. Did a little bit more exploring and driving around. We have found ourselves just an absolutely awesome spot to camp tonight. Perched up on the edge of the creek there, and then that's like just a massive swimming hole right there in front of us as well. No one else around here, we got the place to ourselves. I'm really loving how I've got it all set up now with the train canopy and the rooftop tent, sort of table, chairs, box, fire pit. It's about probably less than 10 minute setup, and you just got the perfect way to enjoy the bush and outdoors. The main thing I want to do, which I have said a couple of times now, is, and we're actually looking at that next week, is doing the fit out inside the train canopy, because we've just got the fridge on a slide and then everything else is all over the place. So we're just sort of gonna set this up properly with a bit of a drawer over the other side, maybe just some dividers here. But yeah, this setup, I just love it. It's really all come together how I wanted. If you watch all my videos, you're probably nearly sick of seeing this Coffs Harbour area by now, because I've filmed quite a few videos here. But people ask me, what's your favourite spot in Australia? Coffs Harbour. I love it. It's just an absolutely incredible place. And we've done some similar stuff this trip to what we've done before, just because Dem hasn't been here before. So I wanted to show her some of these spots out here. But we did a couple of new spots as well. That Western Trail was so much fun. Just love it out here. Tonight's our last night. We got to pack up and head off early in the morning, so we're just going to enjoy it, and I'll finish up the filming tonight as well. If you want to support these videos, then I run the Patreon as well. That makes a big difference in help keeping these videos going and alive, and I try and get out a video every single week. Obviously you're out here enjoying doing this, but it's the once you get home, it's the editing. You know, probably take me 20ish, minimum 20 hours to put together this video, plus all the camera gear and editing equipment and everything else that goes into it. Always put the link to the Patreons at the end of the videos, and you got the Instagram as well if you want to follow along on there. I sort of post all my pictures and stories and information, everything up on there as well. But we'll settle in and enjoy this last night here.
I have to act stupid, cause you're greedy with your laugh. Sometimes I feel like you're staring at a map, missing out on the birds and the nature and shit. Ain't that something?
Bit of a hidden track out here to sort of get as close as you can.
On camera?
just gonna go. No, wrong way. Actually, I got quite a. We're just gonna move. We gotta get filming tonight, but it has been tonight's our last night. Shut up. Run the Patreon as well, so you can just sort of cup it. Yeah.
And that music. Look how the water. Damn. Woo. So hot. So sexy.
What? What'd you say?
I said, it's like Baywatch walking out of the water. So hot, so sexy.
You or me?
Serve to me, whoa, whoa, whoa. And when you do, turn on that notification bell.